Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Katie Asco from Dublin, Ireland, and these are your latest headlines from around the world. The 25th International Mariological Marian Congress takes place in Rome from Wednesday, September 8th, the Feast of the Nativity of Our Lady, to Saturday, September 11th. Representatives of 300 Mariological societies and scholars from nations across the globe are set to take part in the event, during which they will examine the role of Our Lady in different cultures. Pope Francis has insisted that Mary is the mother of all people, irrespective of ethnicity or nationality. Based on the Julian calendar, Ethiopians are preparing to ring in the new year on September 11th, and His Holiness Pope Francis has sent best wishes. September 11th is a national holiday in Ethiopia and commemorates the return of the Queen of Sheba after her stay in Jerusalem. Along with his warm wishes, the Pope also extended solidarity with the victims of the ongoing conflict in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, where government troops are fighting the Popular Front for the Liberation of Tigray. The war has displaced hundreds of thousands of civilians since it began in November 2020, and thousands have lost their lives. Many historic churches and monasteries have also suffered damage in the conflict. As access to humanitarian aid is being blocked, the region faces threat of famine. With the support of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, 60 pro-life organizations led by the Susan B. Anthony List has sent a letter to Congress. The letter urges protection for the Hyde Amendment, a piece of law which prevents taxpayers from funding most abortions. The letter urges members of Congress to ensure that the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation bill does not expand taxpayer-funded abortion. Since its enactment over 40 years ago, the Hyde Amendment has helped to save more than 2.4 million preborn babies in the US. Bishop John Sherrington, the lead bishop for life issues for the Catholic Bishops' Conference of England and Wales, has issued an open letter to Catholics. In the letter, he requests prayers for the failure of the assisted dying bill, which will be discussed in the House of Lords this October. He also urges the faithful to write to their peers in the House of Lords, explaining why they oppose the legislation, especially based on personal experience. The assisted dying bill, introduced by Baroness Meacher, is awaiting a second reading on October 22nd. If it is passed, patients with a life expectancy of fewer than 6 months will be given the option of a medically assisted death. The pro-life governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, has released an executive order on Tuesday, September 7th, directing the State Department of Health to limit drug-induced abortions. The new order mandates that these abortions can be performed only after in-person consultation with a state-approved doctor. This comes as the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is expected to allow for at-home abortion pills to be made available via mail. The new executive order also requires that clinics have a state license to prescribe abortion-inducing drugs and that they submit a report on such procedures and related health complications. The order is expected to become law next year. Currently, South Dakota permits abortions after medical examination and a waiting period of 72 hours. The Polish capital of Warsaw is preparing for the beatification of national hero Cardinal Stefan Wyszynski and Venerable Mother Elżbieta Rosa Czyżak on this Sunday, September 12th. The ceremony will take place at the Temple of Divine Providence in Warsaw and will be led by Cardinal Marcello Semeraro, the prefect of the Congregation for the Causes of Saints. Cardinal Wyszynski, the former primate of Poland, was known for his firm faith in opposition to the oppressive communist regime when his country was a satellite state of the Soviet Union. He was instrumental in organizing the grand celebration of the 1000th anniversary of the Christianization of Poland in 1966, and he played a significant role in urging Pope St. John Paul II to accept his election as Pope. The other candidate for beatification, Venerable Mother Elżbieta Rosa Czyżak, was a blind nun revered for her services to the blind. A testimonial video of 5 Spanish siblings has caught the attention of the world. Each of them became a religious sister in the same community in the span of 2 years. They belong to Jesu Comunio, a Spanish community of contemplative nuns founded in 2010. In the video, the 5 sibling nuns, sisters Jordan, Francesca, Amada, Ruth Maria, and Nazareth, share the joy of religious life and how they hadn't disclosed their callings to each other. The 5 nuns also have a sister and a brother. One of the highlights of the International Eucharistic Congress, taking place in Budapest, Hungary from September 5th to 12th, will be the testimony of Cardinal Dominic Duca of the Archdiocese of Prague. He suffered for decades under communist dictatorship, having secretly entered the Dominican order. Though he was ordained in 1970, the government revoked his authorization to work as a priest in 1975. Until 1989, when communism collapsed, he was forced to work in a car factory. Cardinal will address the Congress this Friday. Those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow and visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.